We've come to Twickenham Stadium, and no, I know what you're thinking, but you won't be seeing me involved in a scrum anytime soon. I'm here with the brand new R6 Mark III. Let's go meet Eddie Keough.
So today I'm actually going to test the new R6 on the 400mm. So this is my kind of workhorse for sport. So this kind of gets me really into the action. So from say 15 meters away to the other end of the field, I'll pick up most of that action. When the game is on, this will be around my neck, like so. This is a 7200, so if they score tries nearby, then I can pick that up on the 7200s. And there's always a little short lens handy as well, in case they celebrate right in front of me. That's a 24-70. These are my trusty R1s, which I would use when I'm normally working. Shutter speeds, I would definitely go for about 2,000th of a second to really stop the action. You know, this lens costs a lot of money because it's an f2.8, so use it at 2.8 because that's going to give you a lovely image where the background is beautifully out of focus. And likewise, this new Z Lens, probably the best 7200 I've ever worked with. And that, once again, you work at 2.8 on that, it gives you a really lovely image. The tracking's a massive improvement from what it was like. And obviously, I've mentioned that before, it's got the algorithm of the R5 Mark II, so that's obviously going to be a big jump. So, you know, depending on what prices come out at, that's a big plus, you know. It's also got the pre-continuous shooting now, which I have in the R1. That's a real bonus, you know, for sports photographers, because I think with sport, there's always people in the way. There's always things happening. You can't always be on the right person all the time, or someone goes across. Sometimes you're a bit late on a guy or a girl scoring a goal. So the pre-continuous just gives you that. It's mad, really. You could find pictures you didn't take. 3 tips off the cuff. I'll tell you what, number one for me is always getting as low as possible. If I was a bit younger, I'd actually sit on the grass. I've got a little stool out, but it's pretty low. See how low I am on that seat? Getting as low as possible is probably my number one tip, because sports pictures just look more dynamic from a slightly lower angle, because I can actually see if the sportsman's feet are off the ground from a low angle, and that just makes it feel more dynamic. So that's number one for me, is getting nice and low. Think about your backgrounds, really important with sport. So today, the beauty of shooting against the light is I'm shooting into a stand. So that stand will go totally black. So with against the light, I'll get a nice rim on the head against a nice black background. So that will work really nicely. Fast shutter speed. If we're being really basic here, you know, sometimes people just don't pick a fast enough shutter speed. So I would always go for 2,000th of a second to really freeze the action. If it's a sport that involves water, I'd probably go up at least 4,000th of a second, because you really need to freeze water, and that looks great when it's frozen. If a canoeist is going through water, it's really important to freeze that. Number 4, enjoy. How many pictures would you normally take in a game? The average has gone up a lot since I shoot 40 frames a second. 40 frames a second is crazy. A minimum of probably 4,000 or 5,000. On a big game like an FA Cup final, if I'm working for the FA, we're shooting so much stuff. Even before the game kicks off, I've probably shot 6,000 frames. And then a big game, you could shoot up to 10,000 frames. I mean, that means nothing really. You know, we're in a world of AI now, and there's absolutely quite a bit of AI going on in these cameras now. And they can recognise up to 10 different faces. I think it's probably more handy for people like doing news, for politicians, or certain news stories when they are doing concerts, when there's certain, it's the same person you want to photograph all the time. Like there was a singer on stage and other dancers were jumping in front all the time, then it'd be good to have that person's face saved, so that it would literally stick a lot tighter. Same with a politician amongst crowds. I think it would be great that it would hold the focus a lot better. At Twickenham, you could walk up and down the sideline, follow the action, but here there's only one of me. I need to get pictures of both teams. It makes sense to sit and stay in the one spot because at half time I'll be busy editing, so I haven't got time to get all my gear and move to the far end. Whatever game we go to, whatever news event you go to, you've got to tell that story. At the end of the game, there will generally be a line about how a certain player played really well. He scored 2 tries, someone was sent off, that changed the game. It could be a really nice try picture. Either way, you know, try and be ready for that. It's all about the images that are worth keeping. That's the important bit. Don't get fixated about how many frames you take. It's irrelevant.